Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. I'm going to try to give you an overview of this situation here. There's a link in the description. I guess that this is to some degree controversial. I'm going to state my opinion, a couple of aspects, and you may or may not agree. And you're more than welcome to make comments in the comment section. We can have a little chat about it if you like. But it is in regards to the death of the young girl that you see in front of you. Her name is, or rather was, Sema'j Crosby, and unfortunately she died in 2017, April the 26th. And this happened after a few hours, or rather, she was reported missing a few hours after her family home received yet another visit from an organization called Children's Home and Aid, which is contracted by the Department of Children and Family Services, which apparently this agency, if I understand correctly, Children's Home and Aid, visited the family's home 41 times in the 8 months leading to Sema'j Crosby's death. And they visited her one day and then the following day as well. And a few hours after that, the girl was reported missing. Her body was found the next day under a couch at the home. Her death was ruled a homicide by smothering. No one was arrested in regards to her death. She was murdered. Why wasn't anyone arrested? This happened in 2017. And I believe the answer as to why nobody was arrested is because the house was burnt down. All of the evidence was destroyed. The house was burnt down just a few days after Sema'j's death. So I presume that that was a severe inhibitor of the investigation. Nobody has been arrested. So why are we looking at this? Well, we're looking at this because there has been a large payout. So Illinois officials have said that they will pay $6.5 million to the estate of Sema'j Crosby, who was 17 months of age when she died in 2017 after a Department of Children and Family Services contractor allegedly failed to report substandard conditions at her home a day before her death. So there were reports that the home had bed bugs, roaches, vermin, and that there was some level of deplorable and dangerous conditions at the home, and some level of neglect and abuse allegations. These were not adequately acted upon. I would have thought if the organisation feels the need to go and visit the family home 41 times over an 8 month period, which by the way is about 1.5 times a week, give or take, or more than one time a week, I would have thought that the organisation would have removed the child and any other children from the environment, is what I would have thought. But that did not happen. And despite the very, very regular visits to the property from these organisations, both the Children's Home and Aid group and the Department of Children and Family Services, despite such activity from them, a child died. A child was murdered, no less, in this house. And we don't know who, why. Well, largely because all of the evidence was destroyed when the house was set on fire a few days after Sema'j's death. So the recipients of the $6.5 million payout will be Sema'j Crosby's 4 siblings and her father. As it happens, maybe this is unfair to mention, maybe it isn't, but the father was jailed at the time of Sema'j's death. So from that, I can take it that the father in this case was not guilty of killing Sema'j, and not guilty of setting fire to the house and subsequently destroying all of the evidence, seeing as he was in jail at the time. I think that's an important point, because I would presume Sema'j was murdered by somebody within the household, and often that is a parent. But in this case, we can be confident that it was not the father, as they were in jail at the time of Sema'j's death. So I did say that it's a controversial topic. I think it is a $6.5 million payout. To me, my view is that's too much. It's too damaging to the organization or the organizations concerned. If we're to want these organizations, Children's Home and Aid, as well as the Department of Children and Family Services, if we want these guys to perform better, then I don't think withdrawing funds, significantly reducing their annual budget, I don't think that's the way to go. In fact, I'm quite sure of it. It is not the right way to go. It's going to be harmful to them. Do they deserve some level of punishment? Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. They deserve punishment. They deserve scrutiny. They deserve a rerouting of probably their staff, probably their management, probably their leadership, probably their processes and procedures and all kinds of things. If people are found to have been negligent, if managers are found to have been negligent, they need to face punishment. Could even be jail time if they failed to do what they ought to be doing. You know, if they legally have responsibilities to do such and such, and if they failed to do that and they're being paid by the taxpayer, fuck them. They're negligent. They were posing risks to the families and the children that they were, whatever the right word is, but deemed to represent, deemed to be responsible for. They deserve punishment. But $6.5 million for the department, for the organization, to me, it's going to be too damaging for them. So I wouldn't want to begrudge the siblings and the father to receive such a payout. You know, good for them. I mean, it's going to financially set them up. Let's hope that the 4 siblings do get their fair share and that the father doesn't take advantage of the situation. I do feel, and perhaps this is a bit unpleasant of me to say so, but I do feel a little bit, I don't know what the right word is, but a little something about the father being a criminal. He was in jail, and yet here he is receiving a huge multi-million-dollar payout. I feel a little bit funny about that. So all up, I think a $6.5 million payment is too punishing for the organization. I don't think it's the right thing to do. They deserve punishment. They deserve penalty. But withdrawing their funds to this extent, harming their budget to this extent, doesn't seem the right thing to me. But ultimately, this is in regards to, and we shouldn't forget, it's in regards to the death of a 17-month-old girl, completely innocent, abandoned and murdered within her own home, which was a filth pit by the look of it. So I'm going to wrap things up at this point. If you do see value in this type of content, if you think I've done half a decent job, then please do show me some encouragement, like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. Have a conversation in the comment section, and check out some of the other videos that I'll be making. I'm trying to make multiple videos every single day. Not going to do that exactly. I'll trip and fall every now and then, but most days I'll be doing multiple videos. So stick around, and I'll thank you for your time.